In the last 90 days, I've spent over $600,000 on TikTok ads with our clients, and every day we're migrating more and more budget over from Facebook to TikTok. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering the top 5 ways you can learn from the lessons that I have after spending $600,000 on TikTok ads. Hello everyone, my name is Chappell, your favorite digital marketer here. Let's get into this video. So these are the lessons from spending $600,000 in TikTok ads, and I would have been far better off if I had already learned these lessons in advance or had somebody to really guide me through the process of understanding what it is that make TikTok ads convert, how to structure the audiences, and all of the learnings that we've had from other platforms to be able to be successful on TikTok ads. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. Is I'm going to be walking you through the top 5 things that are going to allow you to be successful with TikTok ads from the things that we've done after spending $600,000 on TikTok ads. So let's go ahead and jump into the first thing and start covering some of the things you can do to actually increase your overall conversions. And as you can see here, we spent a little over $600,000 on testing this far just in the last 90 days. That's about 148 million impressions from that amount of spend and about 2 million clicks overall. And so let's go ahead and go over the TikTok ads creative best practices. So number 1 is videos with a duration of 21 seconds to 34 seconds have a 280% lift in conversion. Yes, you heard that right, 21 seconds to 34 seconds. If you literally just have TikTok ads that are at least 21 to 34 seconds long, you automatically have a competitive advantage over other TikTok advertisers. And the reason for this lift in conversions is because that's enough time for you to deliver information in a concise way to the actual consumer that might be purchasing your product or the business that might actually be, choosing to work with your service. And you want to time it between 21 to 34 seconds. You don't want it to be overly long. You don't want it to be overly short. So definitely try to be within this range because you are going to see much better conversions by doing so. And this is data that TikTok actually has from, hundreds of thousands of advertisers that are actually already on the platform. And we're seeing this with our results too. Videos that are between 21 to 34 seconds do actually convert better. And we also see that the 9:16 aspect ratio does help with lifting conversions. That is vertical video, y'all. You'll want to make sure you have vertical video. You don't want to try to apply square video and have these black spaces in between the actual video. You want to make sure that these videos are actually vertical. TikTok is a vertical placement, so you want to make sure your content actually fits for TikTok. So make sure you have a 9:16 aspect ratio in your actual videos. That is simply filming on your phone. That's the best way to do it to actually keep the vertical video in check, and that resolution is actually going to be higher. And that actually leads us to the next point. If your video is actually above 720p, you're going to see a 312% lift in conversion. So if you just apply these 3 things, you're going to see 280% lift and 91% lift and even up to a 312% lift in conversions by having an HD video. If you upload a very low quality video, the fact is you're likely going to get much less conversions than other accounts would. And if you have ads that are actually converting now with a low quality video, well, if you just upgrade the quality, you could be seeing much better conversions at the exact same cost. The next thing is number 2, and that's TikTok user-generated content. This is very big because you have branded ads and you have Spark ads. Branded ads are essentially what you see here. This is an ad by Go Clove, and they're a shoe brand, and they have these actual, branded outline where it has the colors of their blue, their green, and the actual ad, and it's very branded, and when you come across it, it looks very much so like an ad. And these types of ads do work to some degree and do have good conversion rates depending on how they're actually flexing their brand and actually driving consideration and actually having people make the conversion based off of what's actually in the actual ad. And you can see it has 57 likes. People are commenting that they are interested in the product, which is a good thing. But overall, we're seeing much better results with TikTok Spark ads and UGC content where we're actually using user-generated content in the ads. And that is a form of raw video. And user-generated content is essentially content that is created by people or users instead of brands or businesses. Now, you can have people on your team that's creating UGC content, but you don't want to create, necessarily only branded ads or edited videos. It's not necessary to have some video editor if you're asking the question of who should I hire to video edit for TikTok ads, you're already asking the wrong questions. First question you should ask is, what types of creators should we reach out to create content for us? Or who can be the person that can create videos on TikTok for our brand? And that person might be internally on your team, or they might be external, and it might be a creator on the actual app. You're able to find these actual individuals and have them create the content, just like this Spark ad specifically right here. And what makes this a Spark ad is this user actually created this ad, posted it on their page, and then the brand got what is called an authorization code from this user. And she sent the authorization code to, either an agency or the actual business, and they actually added in the auth code, and now they can run ads from her page. Yes, you don't have to run ads only from your branded page. You can actually use creators' accounts to run ads, and you can run it through their profile, which gives more credibility to people actually trusting and wanting to actually buy from your brand. So there's a huge opportunity here of you being able to leverage other creators' profiles and accounts to see which actually convert the best. Once you find somebody that's really doing a great job of creating content for you, and you're seeing amazing conversions, you should definitely stick with them and continue to get content. And you can run ads from not only their page, but you can run it from your branded profile. There's benefits to both, but overall what we're seeing is you can drive a lot more individuals through the actual pipeline into your funnel and get individuals to actually convert through having lots of authentic creators making content for you. And you might be wondering how to actually find these types of creators, and I actually have a video on this right here that you can check out. So that way you can essentially be able to prospect and find creators that fit for your brand. TikTok has a creator marketplace, and you can get content from creators on their actual creator marketplace. It's a super helpful tool, and we do cover this in this video here. And number 3 is what works on Facebook doesn't work on TikTok. After spending over 200 million in ad spend across Facebook's products and having advised on it, we can definitely see that we've learned a lot with all of the data we have access to on Facebook, and we've had a lot of successful results there. And we thought in the beginning that we would just apply our own methodology that we've created through Facebook ads and being able to be very successful with it to TikTok, and it just didn't end up working. It actually fell flat. So the strategies that we thought worked on Facebook don't necessarily work on TikTok, and we learned that the hard way through spending. But what we did find out is TikTok is very unique in the sense that you have to approach it from a TikTok standpoint where you create content that is actually for TikTok. And you see, on Facebook, you can have actual images and very branded ads be highly successful. In fact, super branded ads on Facebook are more likely to actually drive up conversions because people start to remember the brand more. They start to buy, and they start to have a lot of buy-in. But overall, what you see there doesn't necessarily mean, we should translate that over to TikTok. If you try to put images on TikTok, it's just not going to work. The slideshow videos aren't really, something you want to actually do with TikTok ads. You want to focus on that user-generated content style videos where it's super raw format and very authentic. And in fact, we actually have a video covering Facebook ads versus TikTok ads, and we go over the different strategies we use on both platforms and really to understand which one makes the most sense to start on and what strategies work best for both platforms. But overall, the main thing you need to know here is what works on Facebook doesn't work on TikTok. But what works on TikTok can certainly potentially work on Facebook. Yes, we are finding these things out that once we actually have a video that's very solid in conversions on TikTok, we migrate that over to Facebook, and we're seeing incredible results by doing so. And then we have number 4, which is TikTok ad timelines. Every platform has a different timeline for when you could expect results. Sometimes it's within the day, sometimes it takes 30 days. It all just depends on your brand and business, what product or service you're actually promoting. And overall, what we're seeing with the actual TikTok, accounts is whenever we launch accounts and actually have ads go live, it takes some time for the spend to actually start adjusting. And as you can see here, we're spending about $10 to $20 per day. It's not even spending the full budget that we actually set. There's really no conversions for that first week, and we're really only spending about $10 to $20 a day. And that is because the system really wasn't wanting to deliver it. So what we ended up doing was we ended up making it to where we created a few more audiences, increased the overall spend, and all of a sudden we started to see actual conversions coming through. So we saw that first conversion hit on the 7th day of the month when we had those ads already active. And then we started seeing about a purchase a day for a few days, then no sell. And so we ended up scaling up because we're seeing at least one purchase a day. And it was within our, cost per result that we wanted. And we continued to scale up. And then as we were scaling, we started to see that our conversions increased pretty significantly. So conversion started to really rise as our cost did as well. So that's a really good sign because we're effectively scaling. So about 2 weeks in, we're already scaling up our campaigns to $80 to $100 per day within 14 days. And you can actually scale much faster than this because we've been able to really achieve incredible results through scaling successful TikTok ads. And as time went on, we actually, continued to increase, and you're going to have fluctuations in results. It's very normal to see days with lots of conversions, days with not. The system is learning on TikTok, and over time it does require a lot of creatives to be successful. In fact, we're scaling 2 creatives specifically here up, and over the course of time, about 30 days, those creatives lasted, and then we needed to relaunch new creatives. So you do have to input creatives much more frequently on TikTok than you do on Facebook. And we actually have a video covering how to, create high converting TikTok ads. And it's super successful because we go over the exact strategies for doing so. And as you can see, over the course of 36 days here, we scaled all the way up to roughly $250 in spend daily, and we were maintaining a very consistent number of conversions. And we were very happy because the average order values were increasing, returning customers are going up. We spent about $5,242, and we got this account to $1,000 per day in ad spend. We actually revealed this strategy right here in this video that you can actually check out to see how we actually structure this strategy. So overall on TikTok ad timelines, it's safe to say that 14 days is a good threshold for understanding, you can actually start to scale up within this time frame. You can start to see purchases within that first 7 days. And once you start to actually get your spend to deliver, you can check to see if you are getting conversions. And if you're not, then you need to be, launching creatives and doing a lot of testing to really make sure that things do start to work. And we really recommend to have 3 audiences in the beginning, spending $20 each to make sure you are going to start getting some delivery. And it's enough spend to actually start to get some insights from TikTok, because you reach so many individuals on TikTok with how low the CPMs are. And number 5 is what we've learned is every single time an ad account launches, we always run into somewhat of an issue depending on whenever we launch an ad and it just doesn't deliver. We cover a video on this on how to actually get your spend to deliver. And, the main thing that we're finding is as long as we have 3 audiences, we have at least $20 on each of those, and we increase the budget, spend starts to happen. We at least have 2 ads in each ad group, so that way TikTok has options in terms of delivery. Sometimes TikTok won't even deliver if it doesn't think the creative is going to be able to convert. So a lot of times it does come back to your creative. And as much as you think that your creative might not have something to do with TikTok spending, then you're definitely wrong. You're gonna have to go ahead and make sure that you are following the creative best practices that we were chatting about earlier in the beginning of this video and from our actual high converting ads video. So that way you can make sure that you do have high converting videos so you can roll out these other things. The next thing is wait for 72 hours. Sometimes the system will spend a little bit of money each day and then finally will start to really start spending on that 3rd day. So definitely give it enough time to really have some delivery. It will be very slow in the beginning, but once it's spending, it will spend. And then also double check your payment methods. Sometimes payment methods don't always go through. Make sure you have automatic payments on, or if you have an ad credit, if it expired, then make sure to have a payment method so you can continue to scale and spend money on TikTok ads if you're getting successful results. And then the other thing is, if you're still have done all of these things and you can't figure it out, go ahead and try a different conversion event. So if you're optimizing for purchase conversions, you can always switch it to, be a click-based conversion campaign, but focused on purchases. It's still going to be achieving purchases, but it's optimizing for clicks, and that's going to get your delivery going. Now, this isn't, an effective strategy for the long term, but it will help your account to start really getting the delivery on the actual ads. And once it actually starts spending, you can switch it back after about 24 hours, and then all of your other campaigns should be activated and are able to actually spend. And so go ahead and try switching around those primary conversion objectives until it starts spending. Once it does, you can flip it back to the main one you want to focus on. So if that's purchases, then you'd focus on purchase conversion campaigns. So that way you can actually have spend deliver on your TikTok ads. But overall, these are the top 5, specific lessons that we've learned from running TikTok ads. And after having spent over $600,000 on the platform in the last 90 days, that number's only going to go up with the amount of testing that we're doing and the successful results that we're seeing on this platform. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me the word TikTok on actual Instagram at @RealChaseChappell, where I can reach out to you, and I'm happy to share some knowledge and tips and ways that you can constantly be improving your overall results. So feel free to DM me if you have any questions. And I briefly mentioned this earlier, but over the last 8 years, we've worked in over 250 different niches with over 600 individuals and brands with their actual ad campaigns, both on Facebook, TikTok, and Google, with our client revenue collectively being over $1 billion in actual results from all the campaigns. And over these years of actually running and managing TikTok, Facebook ads, we've seen incredible results and have tons of data to actually learn from. And the biggest thing I see from successful brands is they're always looking for ways to improve and always making progress and actually learning strategies that actually convert, so that way they can always be increasing their return on investment with their actual ads. And in fact, we have a one-on-one ads mentorship where it's our Ads Mastery, and you get access to not only our trainings online, but you get one-on-one direct mentorship with us and my team, where we actually go through your account with you, make changes together, so that way you can be successful with your TikTok ads and Facebook ads. And in fact, you're actually able to book these one-on-one calls directly with us and attend these calls every Monday and Wednesday in our actual, mentorship. And the best part about this is you get to see the exact strategies that we're using with our clients and be successful yourself as well. Really laying down the roadmap, so that way you're not having to figure out all these things on your own and wasting money. I can certainly assure you that the stagnant businesses are the ones that think they have got it all figured out, but certainly the ones that continue to grow and break past that 100K month, that $1 million month, and even 8 figures per month are the ones that are always tuning, always looking for ways to grow and looking for ways they can scale out their ROI and increase their overall sales volume through their customer acquisition costs and their overall brand. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if this sounds like something that you're actually interested in, feel free to go ahead and DM me the word mentor on Instagram at @RealChaseChappell, and I'm happy to share more on how our actual one-on-one mentorship program works. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers, and bye y'all. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video, then I know you're an ambitious learner and you're looking for more. So go ahead and click this video here. I hand selected it for you.